What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Alright, so it's been about 4 days since I uploaded a video last. I'm very sorry about that. It's been even longer since I've done anything regarding any type of like martial arts or martial art video. I think it's been about a week, maybe a little bit over than a week. But I got a comment recently on one of my videos. It was one that I did. It was a while ago. I think it was like in either January or December or something like that. And it was something to the effect of why kids should take martial arts, and something. And as I was like rewatching it, something came across my mind of something I said in there about like what parents should do when they first initially get their kids, when they first like drop them off, and that was something that I really thought I should make another video on. Even at that time, I was thinking about I should do it, but then I totally forgot about it. And then when I watched it again, it hit me again. So, these are my 7 things that parents should expect when their kids join martial arts, and not specifically with Tiger Rock or Taekwondo, but really with any type of martial art, and like what they really should expect when their kids join. So here we go. We're going to start with number 1. This is something that I call the initial drop-off. Now, these are not necessarily with every kid. I'm just being like kind of like general, and something that I see on more of a regular occurrence than other things. And that is like the initial drop-off. Now, there are 4 areas of fear that we recognize as instructors. And the 4 areas of fear are obviously their first class, or the initial drop-off. When the kid first goes in the classroom, generally he's going to be kind of scared. You know what I mean? He's gonna be a little bit fearful, I guess you could say. So the first class he's always going to be scared. Another one is the first time he has to spar. Now with Tiger Rock, we don't let them spar to their green belt, and that's like the first, for the first 4 months, they're not allowed to spar. And that's just so that we can teach them proper kicks, proper alignment, and stuff like that. So the first time they're sparring. Their first testing. This is a big one. A lot of kids decide they don't want to test when they're first able to. And sometimes generally we allow that. Like if the kid doesn't want to test this time, fine, whatever. But we always encourage them to just push through that fear, conquer that fear, and the next one will go a lot easier. Because when you don't conquer the fear the first time, when it comes back up again, you're more than likely going to not do whatever it is that you are expected to do. Like you're not able to conquer that fear the first time, you're not going to be able to conquer it the second time, or you might, but it won't be as easy. And the last one that we always see is the first tournament. The first tournament is always is one of the biggest areas that we see a lot of fear in kids. So that's the first one. Is generally it's the initial drop off. Number 2, the second thing that you'll see on a regular when your kids join martial arts is home practice. Now I don't know per se like for like jiu-jitsu, but I do know for a lot of stand-up artists, like especially, and this is not just kids too, a lot of adults do this, they practice their stuff at home, whether it be their form, their kicks, their punches, knees, elbows, stuff like that. We see that a lot, or we hear about it a lot. We don't see it, but we hear about it a lot from the parents that, hey, my kid's practicing at home a lot. And we're like, that's a good thing. You know, let them practice. And if they want to show you their stuff, let them show it to you. Because if the parents are getting involved in it, then they're going to stay excited about it. The third one is what we call the wall or the brown belt blues. A lot of people will stop at brown belt. And it's because brown belt's kind of like, brown and blue belt is really the area that we see a lot of quitters. It's because it's like in the middle. It's in between the white belt and the first black belt they get. And brown belt's kind of like that area where it's like, okay, there's nothing really new being taught here. Like you know a lot of this stuff. When they get to red belt is where we really see if they push past the brown belt and they push past the blue belt, red belt's really where we see them getting excited, because what's next is their black belt. And so brown belts, when you get to brown belt, you're kind of like, oh, it's so far away. For us, when you get to, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. That's kind of like you have like a whole other year. Once you get that first brown belt, you have a whole other year to go through until you get that black belt. And so, I mean, brown belt, like I said, is kind of that area where a lot of people, like, they drop off. It's because they're kind of like, oh, there's nothing new that I'm being taught here. You as a parent can honestly help us as instructors a lot by just pushing them through, keeping them going. Because everyone, including adults, like when you like at jobs or something like that, you kind of hit that wall where you can get promoted, but there's still a lot of things you have to do to get promoted, and you're kind of like, it kind of just drags on, and every day is the same stuff. Just push through it, conquer this wall. You're gonna be fine. Number 4 is what we call the ninja period. This is where kids, when they get to like that blue and brown and red, and even in that black belt era, they every kid does this. They hit this thing where they're kind of like, oh, I'm a ninja now. I want to do this. I want to do that. And they sneak around the house. They act like ninjas. They jump around. They, pretend fight and stuff like that. And that's all well and good. It's just something fun that we see a lot of times. And you'll see it too as a parent when your kid joins martial arts. Number 5, I do this too. My dad does it all the time. And I know a lot of other people, they do it. I especially did it. Am I in focus here? There we go. I especially did this when I started watching Iron Fist. And this is movie fight scenes critique. You'll see it a lot, like, if you start training, and especially your kid will do this too, because he's like, oh, that's not a proper kick, or that's not a proper punch, or that would never work. And, a lot of fight scenes now that I see in movies and TV shows, I kind of just let it go. I did this a lot personally, when I got to like blue belt. I was like, oh, that kick was ugly, or I wouldn't do that kick, and at this point I would do this kick or something like that. So I mean, it's just something that you'll see. It's not wrong. It might get annoying. You might have to talk to him and be like, hey, you gotta, especially if you're at the movies and he starts doing it, which is something that I heard about from a parent. They were telling me that their son, they went and watched Captain America. Which one was it? It was Captain America Civil War, I think it was. And it was Captain America Civil War. And they were saying that their son was critiquing some of the fight scenes in the movie theater, and they had to keep telling him, like, hey man, you gotta be quiet. So it's something fun you'll see. Number 6 is attitude change. Now this can be both for the better or for the worse, because if they start using their taekwondo, I'm not in focus again. Focus up. There we go. This is something that could, like I said, could be for the better or for the worse. If they start using their taekwondo or their fighting skills or whatever to make trouble in school because they think that they can just beat everyone up, you might want to have a talk with them, and then talk with us about it, and then we'll talk with the kid also. Or it could be for the better. You'll see them being more confident in other things. You'll see them being more happy because they're moving around, they're meeting new people, they're making friends, and it's just something to look out for and keep a close eye on it. And the last one that I want to talk to you guys about is more respect. One of the biggest things that we push, especially me, as when I teach classes, one of the biggest things that I push is respect for yourself, respect for authority, and respect for your peers. And a lot of kids nowadays, they don't have that instilled in their head, and it's really sad. And so that's why I push it a lot, me personally, as an instructor. And it's something that you guys could help also in your home when your kid joins martial arts. So those are the 7 things that I wanted to bring up, I guess you could say, and talk about. So Anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed. Hope this was very helpful and informative. And if you're a parent thinking about putting your kids in Taekwondo or not Taekwondo, but in martial arts in general, and if you are a adult thinking about joining martial arts, go for it, because you only live once. So anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you guys like. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and comment down below what you think I should talk about next. I always talk about the Cowboys, which is why I'm wearing the hat, and I talk about martial arts as often as I can, which is why I'm wearing the shirt. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hope to see y'all soon. So have a good day. God bless you all.